They say the first $100,000 is the hardest, and they're absolutely right. Not because it requires genius or luck, but because it demands clarity, discipline, and the right habits. At a time when you have the least leverage. Most people think they need a big break, a high-paying job, or an inheritance to get there. But the truth is far simpler and more accessible. You don't need to be exceptional. You need to be consistent, strategic, and willing to do what most won't. If you're starting from zero, this is your blueprint. The first key is to increase your income. And no, this doesn't mean begging your boss for a raise or hoping for a miracle. It means becoming more valuable. Learn skills that the market rewards. Copywriting, sales, SEO, freelancing, digital marketing. These aren't just buzzwords, they're modern tools that pay real money. You can start learning today for free on YouTube or low-cost courses. The person who earns more doesn't always work harder. They just work smarter. And if you're stuck at a dead-end job, the worst thing you can do is accept it as permanent. Instead, carve out a few hours a week and invest them into learning a skill that commands $30, $50, even $100 an hour in the marketplace. Once you start earning more, don't fall into the trap. Most people scale their lifestyle with their income. New paycheck, new phone, new clothes, new debt. Don't do it. Instead, build the habit of paying yourself first, automatically. The moment your money hits your account, send a chunk of it somewhere safe, an account you don't touch. Think of this like rent you pay to your future self. It's not optional. It's the price of freedom. And the beauty of automation is that it bypasses emotion. You're not relying on willpower. The transfer just happens, and over time, it adds up faster than you think. $20 a day becomes over $7,000 a year. $1,000 a month becomes $12,000, and soon you'll realize you're halfway to $100K just by building a wall of good habits. But money sitting still isn't working for you. That brings us to the final and most powerful step: invest. Not tomorrow, not when you have more. Now. Start with what you've got, even if it's $50 a month. Use index funds like the S&P 500. Set it and forget it. Over the long run, compound interest becomes your most loyal ally. The earlier you start, the easier it gets. Think about this. $500 a month invested at a 10% return becomes $100,000 in less than 8 years. Without magic, without guessing stocks, without trading all day. Just consistency. People underestimate how quickly things accelerate once you start moving. That first 1,000 feels slow. The second 1,000 comes faster. By the time you hit $50K, the momentum is so strong you wonder why you ever doubted yourself. And here's the part nobody tells you. Getting rich isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and grow. There are doctors making $300K who are broke because they spend every cent. And there are waiters with investments and no debt who are on their way to financial independence. So how do you stack the odds in your favor? You build a second income, even if it's small. You automate your savings so you don't sabotage yourself. You invest early, consistently, and without overcomplicating it. And most importantly, you stay the course. There will be months you don't see progress, that's fine. Keep showing up. Wealth isn't about dopamine hits, it's about discipline. And if you're wondering which of these 3 steps matters most, here's the honest answer. Earning more. Because without income, you can't save. Without savings, you can't invest. Everything starts with your ability to produce value. So if you're just starting out, don't obsess over which stock to buy. Focus on becoming a more valuable version of yourself. Learn, build, serve. And as your income grows, the rest becomes simple. Remember, the goal isn't to get rich overnight. It's to stop being stuck. That first $100K? It's not a dream. It's a target. And once you hit it, something changes. You stop surviving and start playing offense. You stop asking, how can I afford this? And start thinking, how can I multiply this? That's the power of momentum. So don't wait. Don't overthink. Don't chase shortcuts. Use what you have. Start where you are. And stack the habits that build real wealth. One small win at a time. You don't need to be brilliant. You need to be consistent. This is the Sovereign Doctrine, where we don't wait for opportunity. We create it.